Hey everyone, I have a small haul for you today. Most of this is from Amazon. I think a couple things from Michael's, Royal Fireworks Press, and Radish Kids. Okay, so the first thing is, I don't think I've showed this before, so if I have, I'm sorry. But I mentioned this in a recent update video, that this was the math workbook that I was using to add to my daughter's Friday notebook. I like her to have a math sheet in there that's a review of the previous year's skills. And this one is going really well so far. So it is the Carson DeLosa grade 5 weekly math practice. So I got that from Amazon. It was really reasonably priced. I also got this Brain Quest for grade 7. We keep these in the car and both my kids do them, and we've already gone through grades 4, 5, and they've been rapidly working their way through grade 6, so I decided to go ahead and get grade 7 for them. I picked up these 2 books. These are the Dover Thrift editions of 2 Jules Verne books. My daughter wanted to read these and we were going to do them together. I think we're actually going to do that in the summer now instead of right now. But have them on hand so then when we do read them, we can get one from the library and then read one. Does anyone else, I may be showing my age here, remember when Dover Thrift books were $1? These were $7 and $8 as their suggested retail. They were cheaper on Amazon. But still, that's, I feel old and also now poor. I also picked up this book. I've shared this in many videos, the You Can Draw in 30 Days by Mark Kistler. I really enjoyed working through this book. I had borrowed it from the library, but my daughter just finished her comic arts that she's been doing for art, and so I thought that this would be something good for her to do next. So I went ahead and got her own copy so she can take her time working through that. I also just picked up these DryErase markers. Generally, I like the ultra fine tip marker, DryErase markers, but we have plenty of those. These ones I like them because they have this eraser on the end, and I use these are just for me. When I'm doing math with my son, I typically work along with him on a marker board, and these erasers work really well. So I grabbed this set of 10, and it has a whole variety of colors, which I don't really care about. They could have been all black and I would have been fine with that, but that's what I got. That's what they had. So I grabbed those. I grabbed this for my daughter for sewing. She's doing hand sewing this year, and we've been doing some embroidery as well. But I just wanted her to have another book with some hand sewing options in it, some project options, and I really liked the look of this one, and I think it was less than $10 on sale on Amazon. So I also grabbed that. Okay, so I picked up this game. Just fair warning, this is not made for children, and there are cards in here that would probably be inappropriate for children. But we played this a little bit the other night. It's kind of fun. I got it to go along, well, it's the time of year where something like this is good, but to go along with a unit that I'm planning. So this is called Debatable, a seriously silly party game for people who love to argue. They do warn you somewhere in here to not play this with strangers, that you really should play this with people that you know and aren't going to get offended. And they do mark what they consider more controversial topics. They mark those cards so that you can kind of see them. But essentially, you either are the moderator, you're against a topic, or for it. It says, in Debatable, all players are politicians taking turns debating both serious and silly topics using creative debate strategies like deny everything, resort to personal attacks, or use made-up science to support you. So there are, let's see, there's a timer. There's 93 topic cards totaling 465 topics. There's 60 strategy cards, and then there's the little moderator and yes, no cards. The moderator draws a topic card, and there's different topics, and then each person has to argue it how this card says. So some of these were funny. Use science references. Everything is a personal attack. Name drop celebrities on your side. Use your inner hippie. Use music references. Anyway, they're serious and funny. And again, not all the cards are appropriate for every child. And then these ones with the like red exclamation point, they deem as controversial, though I found some of the regular deck that I thought would be controversial. So anyway, I wouldn't necessarily say this is a family game, but it's a family game for us. So anyway, I thought I would share it. It was a lot of fun. I picked up these little fabric marking pens. One disappears when it gets wet, and one disappears just with the air after a little while. And we use these for sewing. And my daughter was doing embroidery, and she was able to use the marker to kind of draw on her fabric where she was going to stitch. And then I just picked up some fabric from Michael's. We had some more. We had a purple one of these, but she used that already. All right, I picked up a Radish Kids box for my son. I typically try to only buy the ones that are on clearance because they're a lot cheaper. So this one, this is the tool that it comes with, and the theme is fall favorites. And so there are recipe cards in here, apple harvest bread, chicken corn chowder, and frosted pumpkin cookies. So he will use these for cooking soon. We're almost finished with the one that he's currently working on. So I went ahead and picked that up. Okay, my last three things came from Royal Fireworks Press, which is Michael Clay Thompson. The first one I got is this problem-based learning book. We have a few problem-based learning units from Royal Fireworks Press, and this is how to use them in your homeschool. And I kind of muddled my way through our first PBL, but I really wanted a little more, I don't know, I just felt like I needed to know a little more to feel comfortable. So I thought that this book might give me some good information. And then the last thing I got was this, which is a unit on the Gettysburg Address. It's called Lincoln's 10 Sentences, and there's a instructor's manual and the student book. And my daughter really likes Abraham Lincoln. She likes learning about him, and she's just entering the Civil War time in history. And I thought that this would be something really interesting to kind of tie in with her history. And so, actually, let me show you this one. So we have the Gettysburg Address, honoring the soldiers at Gettysburg, the language of Lincoln's speech, Lincoln's use of poetic technique, Lincoln's vocabulary, the strategic grammar of Lincoln's sentences, 10 sentences, and then an instructor's section. And I just thought it would be a nice little thing and very interesting to kind of dissect those 10 sentences. So you can kind of get a look there. If you want to pause and read a little further, you are welcome to do so. But yeah, I'm excited to use that. So that is everything I have in this haul. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below.